Hey, Knives of Life, what's happening, man? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing today? A little bit of slow Sunday morning for me, but a little bit under the weather, but decided to do this anyhow. Nothing really new going on this week, I think. Same old, same old. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. It's maybe a little bit of sleep deprivation and a lot of chemicals. I think those scented candle things are getting to me a little bit, but oh well. Speaking of which, I didn't light that yet, but we'll get to that shortly. So yeah, Knives of Life, how are you doing? Any new knives or anything? Any new news in the knives? Well, I'm looking for stuff but not finding it. Kapow. Yeah, basically EDC has been the Phobos knives Tier 1 Mini, Leatherman Surge, Spyderco Sage 5 CF, and I've been throwing the Slingshot in when I can get out. Yeah, Knives for Life. I've heard that quite a bit. You're just basically inhaling chemicals, the scents and stuff. Greg Vanderlip, what's happening, Greg? How you doing, man? Always a pleasure to see you guys. It's always interesting doing going all the live chats, talking to everybody, but having them show up in your own live is definitely cool. Greg, how's your channel going, man? Is that still crappy? Yeah, it's a struggle, man. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is definitely a struggle. And then right when you think you're doing something right, it changes. Bless Knives, what's happening, man? How you doing, brother, man? Always a pleasure to see you as well. How you doing this morning, Bless? You doing a quick wake and bake, my friend? Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I've been looking at some of Donnie's work again, and yeah, Miss Bushcraft, she don't mind. She just messes with me, but like, what you looking at now? Last time you was looking at knives like this, it cost a couple bucks. Yeah, I think that's how it works, Greg. Yeah, the more you put in, the better the results are. So, but yeah, definitely a wonky morning for me. I don't know. Taking me some time to get going this morning. I'm doing all right. Yeah, just a little under the weather, but decided to, move on with it anyhow. 7 a.m. Donnie, where are you at? I thought you were in the Carolinas or something. I don't know why. Todd Carr, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Always good to see you guys. Oh, you're in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know. I thought you were southern, like for some reason, Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, something like that. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, waiting for the caffeine to kick in, huh? Morning do the do. Yeah, I'm drinking the blackout coffee, morning reaper, medium roast as usual. Might have to mix it up, try something a little different sooner than later, but snowing like a monster right now. Where are you at, Greg? Yeah, we got our snow yesterday. It's Yeah, in fact, after doing the 9.5 hour or so chat Friday night, I got to go out and shovel. Yeah, Greg, you're in Michigan. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have ended the last one about an hour earlier and gotten to the shoveling, but yeah, I had to shovel up Mrs. Bushcraft so she can get into work. Sipping a Brazilian and Ethiopian mix. Nice. Oh, down close by Detroit. Okay. And you guys are getting snow there as well? Yeah, it's been weird, Donnie. Yeah, you guys still haven't gotten snow yet. Um, yeah, in New Hampshire, the last few years, there's been lakes we used to go ice fishing on that don't freeze over anymore. So yeah, that's a game changer for sure. I'm not sure how it's doing this year. I know we've had some cold temperatures, definitely in the negatives, but I'm not sure if it's been long enough to build some nice ice and stuff. But I'm definitely looking forward to some warmer weather. Get out and do some outdoor stuff. I wasn't meant to be indoors, not for this long at least. New Brunswick, Canada here, 9:05 a.m. Been up for a couple hours. Yeah, Todd, I was thinking about starting these a little earlier, but yeah, I'm not sure what the turnout would be. I know there's different time frames and all that, but maybe starting at like 7 or 6 or something, and um, yeah, once I get the ball rolling on stuff and can work on my kit some more, but yeah, still looking for some solid work or something. Nothing really around where I live. It's ridiculous. And yeah, when you have a small niche like skydiving, it's even harder. I mean, I've applied for every job, but when they find out you've been employed for self-employed for 24 years, they don't want to hire you for some reason. Yeah, it's been cold as shit here. Damn South Pole. South stole my snow. Yep, definitely interesting stuff. Um, yeah, so trying to get things together so I can put some more kit together, have a little bit more to show, have a little bit more to talk about. But it is what it is for now. Try not to let it get in my head too much, but ocean is finally a couple weeks of -10. Yeah, yeah, a couple weeks of -10 degrees Fahrenheit really does make a difference, Todd. Have you heard of Richard Wright Custom? I may have. I'm not sure. I've heard so many names on knives in the past couple years. I'm a little bit overwhelmed by. I'm overwhelmed by the knife thing as it is. Um, I think getting involved with knives on YouTube can be a little bit awkward to say the least. I think that's a gross understatement, but yeah, and we're just gonna get a. Yeah, just as a quick reminder to everybody, we don't get into politics and stuff like that. Too maybe knife politics stuff like that. I don't mind, but yeah, government politics and religion, keep it to yourself. You found my state amazing, man, Rhode Island. Okay, yeah. What kind of knives does he make? Knives for life, folders, fixed blades. Yeah, Dallas. This is a slingshot. It's the Simple Shot LT2. It's the one I've been shooting, and hopefully getting it good enough I can throw out my kit and consider it viable, like small game hunting, like squirrel, pheasant, quail, maybe rabbit, stuff like that. Lot lighter than a pew pew and a lot more packable. Yeah, something I've been getting into. It's fun at minimum. It's a great way to pass some time. Yeah, no worries, Greg. We appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to wake up myself, so it is what it is. Yeah, Dallas, and the other thing too is it's way quieter, so it's just more fun. You can go out and if people do walk up on you and you're playing with a slingshot, people don't tend to care. They kind of look at it as a child's toy. So they don't care if you're out there playing with a slingshot, but finding places to do the pew pew thing. Dallas for uh standard is it's 9.5 millimeter or 3/8 inch steel shot, and that should do the job for most small stuff. You can get bigger or smaller. They have like yeah, they have like a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch. You can go all the way up to like 1/2 inch as well, and then you just change the bands. And yeah, definitely effective. And then for practice, if you want to shoot some cheap stuff, you can pick up this at Wally World, and it's like 1,500 shots for like $7, plus or minus a buck, depending on where you live, I think. But who knows? You know, everything's going up. So, but yeah, you can get 1,500 shots for like $7 and plink all weekend if you want to. It's Simple Shot. Um, they've got a website. It's really easy to find. I don't have affiliate links or anything like that. So, but I'll put the name. It's the Scout LT2. Wow, that's even the laptop's acting wonky this morning. Why is it doing that? Wow, yeah, I'm about sick of technology. Supposed to be making life better, but it doesn't seem to want to work out. I'm not a fan of technology. All right, we finally got it right. Almost. I can type. Yeah, there it is, Dallas. It's Simple Shot is the company, and the model is the Scout LT2. And they've got a cool pro version that's in like CNC milled aluminum or something. Um, it's obviously it's like 3 times more expensive, but it's on my list of things to do. Yeah, yeah, Friar Tuck there. Yeah, I think everybody's lives have been wonky lately. Like people start lives and then like 1 or 2 minutes into it, they're closing out, dropping right off it. I saw it happen like a half a dozen channels yesterday and Friday. Yeah, Dallas, they're awesome. They're big fun, man. They've got other models too, so whatever fits your fancy is definitely Tuck. It's easy to aim. They've got little sights on it and everything. Take some practice. It's a lot like archery, which is interesting. It's just pocket size archery. The draw, the release, all that stuff is all kind of similar, but really easy to aim. So, oh yeah, Todd, I've been power napping my whole life. Even when I worked in skydiving, man, I would take a nice little lunch break and kick it out on the couch, and 30 minutes, and I'm set for the second half of the day. The MSRP on these is like 45, and it comes with a couple like some clay shot. It comes with two different bands because the band sets for the clay and the steel are different. So it's like a little starter kit. And then to get it going, there's all different ways to get the steel shot. I think you can get as many as like 10,000 for $160 or something. Yeah, the name of the slingshot, it's the Simple Shot. It's made by Simple Shot. It's the Scout LT2. I get it direct from Simple Shot. I try to buy stuff as direct as I can. I've kind of been boycotting stuff like Amazon and Wally World as much as possible. All the box stores and conglomerates. Yeah, even if I buy a Leatherman, I go right to Leatherman. If I buy a Phobos, I go right to Phobos knives. It cuts off all the knockoffs and everything. In fact, Was it just the other day they seized $200 million worth of seized like knockoffs and stuff like that that came out of China. Al Triano, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Al's a big time slingshot guy, so yeah, he can probably outshoot me with this thing for sure. But yeah, I've just been getting into it, and then it costs money to shoot, and I've been broke, so I haven't been shooting as much as I'd like to. What would you recommend as a knife for where I live? Can't own a pew pew. Yeah, Tuck, what I would recommend, and uh, yeah, it depends on what you're using it for, man. If you're looking for an all arounder, I'd get like the Phobos Tier One BC, but it's a bit pricey. Butler Outdoors, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up. Oh yeah, Todd Carr. It's like the knife thing, you know. You can get a 30, 40, $50 budget banger, or you can spend a couple $100, and there's some guys out there making some incredible stuff, just like you're saying, yeah. Custom milled titanium, custom layered and hand sanded G10 and micarta. Dakota, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Good morning to you as well. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily choose a knife with a concept of defense. If you're looking for defense, you can just get something like this, the Tier One Mini, and it's I don't think the knife is as important as the training when it comes to self defense. So you would want to get some training in the self defense with it first. But yeah, Todd, I'm sure that Al Triano or Butler, one of those guys can tell you all about all the custom stuff. It's endless. Just like the knives. I mean, I know guys in the slingshot community that literally have hundreds of slingshot frames, just like the guys that have hundreds of knives. Same difference, different hobby, I guess. My cousin Vinny. Dakota, this is the Phobos Knives Tier 1 Mini. It's CPM 154 CM. It's got the orange G10 liners, OD green micarta. And this one it's got a 4-inch blade overall. Sweet little knife. I've been carrying it in the Kydex with the easy clip, just dropping it in the pocket and oh yeah, blessed knives. That's yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, that's I'd like to get those built. I know part of it's on CNC. I mean not CNC, CAD. And I can talk to the guy about that, about getting that to you. But yeah, we'd definitely have to talk about price. I've got my Spartan blade sold and stuff. ATO cut his finger with a drill. How do you do that? Or do I want to ask? Yeah, Wes, and I do hold it sideways. That's the trend, or that seems to be what works the best. From what I've learned, I'm still learning though, so take anything I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, the whole gangster grip is a thing, and you can do like a full pinch grip like this, or there's also like a brace grip, right, guys? And this is the one I've been using the most is the brace grip, and I've kind of gone back and forth trying it out, but I do like the brace grip and just the ability. It gives it a little micro control for me. I don't know. Nick Martino, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the chat. Always good to see you. A man who appreciates quality over quantity. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, Brandon. They're big fun at minimum. Something to do, and it's not crazy expensive hobby. So, no, it could be if you get into collecting frames and all that stuff. But if you find yourself, if you can do a one and done and get into it, it's not too bad. Like I said, that you can get if you're shooting the clay shot, you can get like 1,500 shots at Walmart for like $7, and this will last you more than a week. I don't know, it depends on how much you're shooting, but a couple hundred shots at a time, not too bad. So yeah, definitely fun stuff. Yeah, Al, the gangster thing, the gangster grip. Yeah, that's what we should call it. That way, there the cool kids will come in and. But yeah, you do shoot sideways, and then you aim off the corner of the frame, and there's sights on this one and stuff, so helps out a bit. Yeah, I've got one of the older ones. I'm just not a fan of it because this, if I wanted to, I can throw it in a cargo pocket or in my back pocket or something, old school style, and it's highly packable. The old ones, not so much. Like I've got one of the old. Yeah, it doesn't even want to fit in the frame properly, right? We'll move the light out of the way. But yeah, they just don't pack as well. I mean, this isn't going in any pocket, so it didn't go out nearly as much. I hardly ever use this one. Actually, I've had it maybe like 7 years or something, 8 years. But yeah, it's just not packable like the other one, and that's what I dig about this. Is I mean, this is pretty trendy looking. It's cool. This is the Barnett Zombie Hunter. So yeah, I think I might have bought this after watching a couple episodes of The Walking Dead. But that's the game. So yeah, you've got gigantic versus this, and I can shoot the smaller one more accurately. And yeah, there's lots of perks to the compactness. Yeah, Al, I don't know. I'm a bit more of a conservative shopper than that. I'm far more frugal. Yeah, I'll end up getting another frame for sure. But I think the one I'm just gonna get the Scout LT2 Pro. And if they come out with the LT2 like they did the X, the Scout X and G10, I might do something like that. But I think consistency, shooting the same frame over and over again, is gonna be far more beneficial. So yeah, a micro slingshot from Tops, nice. Yeah, I'd like to see that one. I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen a lot of slingshots recently. Yeah, watching the slingshot channels, like watching knife channels, you're gonna see a thing or two. But yeah, it's a nice little starter kit. I think like $45. It's not a bad plan. I mean, even Friar Tuck, you might be able to, if you're just worried about scaring off some coyotes and stuff, or slingshot might work for you. Oh, it's a full tang with micarta scales. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Greg, yeah, and that goes to say with absolutely everything. Consistency is the key. Like using the same equipment. I mean, it's the same way in skydiving. If there's all kinds of different parachutes, but if you jump the same parachute, you're going to know its flight characteristics. You're going to know its landing characteristics, and you're going to have more consistent, like solid stand up landings for sure. And even yeah, firearms, I was the same way. I had multiple firearms, but I would also I'll usually have multiple of the same. Like I had multiple M9s and stuff. So yeah, Todd, the bottomless rabbit holes. Yeah, it doesn't matter what game you're playing, you go down that rabbit hole, and some of them are bottomless rabbit holes for sure. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Nick, I didn't know you was into slingshots and stuff. That's very cool. So yeah, basic EDC if I want to have fun, if whatever. Um, okay, yeah. Jason says if you have a metal target to hit, dogs will go away quickly. Yeah, that makes sense. New Beginnings Woodworks. Welcome to the chat. How you doing, man? I think the first time I've seen you, but oh, here's another one. Looks like this shit has never been used. All show, no go. All right, idiot. I got something for you. Just for argument's sake, I bring out my old here. We'll get rid of all this new looking stuff, big guy. And here's my old MSR set, right? This is actually the third lid for this one. This is pretty well used kit, right? Is that used enough? Or here's a stove I used, big guy. And this stove was like 15, 20 years old, right? Look it up on MSR. You can't even buy it anymore. I can't even remember the model number, so go ahead and look it up. But here's another well-used piece of kit so yeah, there's an MSR stove that's out of production that I bought this thing like 15, 20 years ago. The only thing I've had to replace on it is the little gasket washer that connects to the canister. But yeah, I used this for 10 years straight traveling the eastern seaboard on a mountain bike. And but there's some used gear for it. I got some more too, some more garbage. Here, this one ought to do you even better. I spend a whole lot of time sitting on my ass. And this is a $250 Cell Italia Flight Titanium saddle. That's worn for me riding my bike. I did take it off to show you. I'm not bringing the whole bike under here. But here's some of the gear that I have used. You're right, man. I haven't used some of that stuff too much, but I wonder, why is it that I get that? Now, I go to knife channels and slingshot channels and all this stuff all the time, and I know for a fact that some of the knives have never been used. They're on a pass around. They're not even allowed to carry them in their pocket. So, but why is it people come to my live chat all the time and say, oh, that gear looks unused? It is used. I just don't beat my gear. Like, stop watching stupid knife channels cutting frying pans in half with their knives and cutting cinder blocks in half with their knives and screwing up the finishes and the edges and stuff, and thinking that's knife use, because it's not. But yeah, I got plenty. Like, the thing is, I don't think that people on YouTube want to see used, old, beat up stuff. I mean, if that's what you guys want to see, let me know. I'd be more than happy to hook you up. I got plenty of it. But yeah, this is my the saddle off my mountain bike, and I can show you the mountain bike. The reason why I don't ride it anymore is because I rode it so much I cracked the frame, and it's not safe anymore. Yeah, yeah. Oh, who deleted him? No, don't delete him. I wanna. The other thing I like to do is when those dips come in here, so I like to check out their channel, El Cazador. He has 10 subscribers and 3 videos. So let's see him. Let's see what he has. Yeah, there's nothing on there worth looking at twice. But yeah, so there's plenty of junk gear that I have that's used and abused, and most of it I throw away. And if I'm not using it and it's still serviceable, yeah, yeah, I guess so. You're right, Todd. It's just the facts of life. Yeah, we're gonna get trolls, but we're gonna. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I'm doing half the time. So, but yeah, I'm doing. But Captain, I'm giving her all she's got. I'm in that situation where I'm doing the best with what I have, and it's just gotten beyond frustrating. Yeah, we can. Since we don't discuss politics in here, we won't get into the bullshit politics that has happened in this country that's destroyed so many people's lives, including mine. See, that's the whole thing. I think I have the washed up has been, I'm a nobody now complex going on, because I went from a professional skydiver. I'm an FAA certificated master parachute rigger. I've done wingsuit design and test jumping, like wingsuits, the flying squirrel suits, and because in 2020 they came out with the 2 weeks to flatten the curve turned into 2 years to flatten people's lives. And because of the 6 foot rule and stuff like that, my 6+ figure a year job ended up to be nothing. I lost my business. I lost everything. And I've sold most of my stuff over the last like 5 years, just trying to stay afloat. So I'm just um, yeah, Nick, I don't understand why people are mean like that. What is it, jealousy because he doesn't have anything? Like, this stuff isn't new. This is a used knife. Like, and it's awesome. I mean, a member of the knife community sent it to me. Brand new American sent me this knife, and it was used before I got it, and I throw it in my pocket every day. I don't know. I'm not gonna beat on it. I'm not gonna like do stupid YouTube stuff like try to baton with it and hit it with a steel hammer. Um, it's a folding knife, and it gets treated like a folding knife. And if you treat your knives properly, if you treat your equipment properly, and yeah, I'm an expert on equipment. Like I said, I'm an FAA certificated master parachute rigger. I understand gear on a level that most people can't even begin to comprehend. Um, but yeah, if you maintain your gear, a little maintenance goes a long way. Clint Crosby, welcome to the chat, man. How you doing? Yeah, so I guess that's something I'm trying to work past. When your life goes from, people are doing, hey man, you're meeting and greeting people and stuff, and what do you do? Well, I'm a professional skydiver. I do well in life. To I'm unemployed and I can't find a job because I was self-employed for my entire adult life and nobody wants to hire me. Yeah, life starts to suck, and you just get. I'm at my wits' end with stupidity. Um, yeah, yeah, I know that trolls are a part of the game, but. Um, Most of them aren't trolls. They're arrogant collectors is usually what they come across as. Yeah, Nick. I do that. I build up as many people as I can, and other content creators and other people in the communities and stuff. I don't know. I've just been in that situation for the last 5 years that you know. Yeah, I don't. I haven't even gotten the chance to get back up yet. Every time I go to get up, that old saying, "Kick you when you're down," and they're kicking me square in the junk every time, over and over again. I'm at my wits' end. Gonzo, what's happening, man? Welcome to the chat. So yeah, my original plan in life, because I jumped out of airplanes for 27 years, was when I got too old to jump out of airplanes anymore. I was just going to retire to the rigging loft and be the old school parachute rigger, like the other old school parachute riggers on the drop zones. Who's been there, done that. Now I was jumping back in the day, Sonny, long before you was even thought of. That was my original plan, but thanks to their stupid 6 foot rule and their face diapers and all that stuff, um, yeah, like they destroyed my business, and along with it, it was and as far as getting back into it, I've tried multiple times to get back into it. Um, the problem is that they destroyed the economy afterwards. Now, most Americans, and we've all seen the news, and we all know people that are struggling paycheck to paycheck. So, under the current economy, people aren't going out spending $300-400 skydiving. So first, like a third of the skydive centers went out of business because nobody could work. Because you can't strap somebody to the front of you doing a tandem when they're enforcing their communist 6 foot rule and stuff. So yeah, and then afterwards, yeah, the economy is such garbage. People aren't spending $300-400 going skydiving. So I guess it was a natural reduction. There's less people, but now we're suffering out here instead of something you love to do. So yeah, that's just unfortunately the reality of it. And yeah, I almost feel like YouTube's a financial discriminator. Like if I don't have money to show you a brand new knife every week, then I shouldn't be doing a channel. Or I mean, I can't even afford to go to a stupid campground, forget about anything else. Yeah, yeah, nothing goes to it was going to plan for 20 some odd years. And the best part was is when I was and this is my only motivator in YouTube. When I was getting into professional skydiving, everybody's like, dude, that's ridiculous. You're being a dreamer. That's just not a real thing. Why don't you, find some, go to college, do this or that. I went to college, nothing worked out, but I ended up making it. I jumped the average person lasts 2 to 3 years in skydiving recreationally. I lasted professionally for, the better part of 3 decades. Um, and that's like one of my biggest motivators is people are like, "Oh, you think you're gonna make it on YouTube? You're just being a dreamer." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been told this before, and I grossly exceeded my expectations." So I'm hoping that the same thing applies with YouTube. That it works itself out in the long run. It's not just a hobby for me. I'm trying to build it into something, but it's getting to be a little bit awkward, a little bit quirky. The growing pains in YouTube are a little different. Like I'm used to dealing with companies all the time. As a parachute rigger, I've dealt with every parachute maker, harness container system designer, helmets, AADs, automatic activation devices. Um, Jeremistick, no, just the morons. We're just booting idiots for fun right now. Yeah, Nick, I think that's one of the kickbacks is when you have an amazing life and then all of a sudden it all ends. Um, yeah, it's devastating, man. Like I've sat there, like I had to convince myself not to become a washed up has been. Like, yeah, oh yeah, I spent 10 years cycling the Eastern Seaboard. I would work in the Northeast, like New York or something, spring, summer, and fall, and then ride my Cannondale all the way down to Florida. As far as Key West, I've been to the 0 mile marker multiple times on my Cannondale, and ride back the following year. I did that for 10 years straight. Um, and yeah, and my for lunch break, I go on a skydive. How many people are doing that? So, but yeah, it's been amazing. But now I'm like, wow, what did I do to end up here? And even Mrs. Bushcraft would be like, you had nothing to do with it. I had no hand in it. I'm not the idiot that came out with the face diapers. In fact, Mrs. Bushcraft didn't let me go to Walmart for like 2 years with her because we went during the scamdemic, and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, you have to put a face mask on." And I'm like, "No, I don't." We won't get into that because I was like, dude, it sucks to be you. Like, you got to stand out here telling people to do stuff they don't. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Neves is a great example. Steve Wallace is another great example. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of good examples, but yeah, YouTube can be a challenge. I've been, trying to pay my dues and do this, but yeah, and I'm not a Lamborghini kind of guy either. You can keep your automobiles. I just need a new bicycle for fuck's sake. Like, and that's a couple years in the making. So, yeah, I'm not out to make a million. I just don't want to be broke. And coffee is good. I should drink it faster. Anybody? How's everybody else doing on their coffee? What's everybody drinking this morning? Anybody up for a pocket dump? What's ever? Or did you not get to fill in your pockets yet? Yeah, thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. I'm doing the best I can, my man. Maxwell House, Colombian. Oh, Hoggy, man, did I miss you coming in? I'm sorry. How did I miss? I'm here. I'm here. Let the pigeons out. Germistic mushroom coffee. I guess yeah. Isn't that more like a tea than a coffee though? Because you would need coffee to make a coffee, or do you make coffee and then put mushrooms in it? I'm a little bit confused on that one. Texas watching. Nice, nice. How are things down in Texas these days? My oldest daughter lives in Texas. She loves it there. Just poured up. Yeah. Hey, Donnie, doesn't that work out? Like, doesn't the cold brew end up with more caffeine or something? Or am I wrong about that one? I've heard that. I'm not sure. I'm not a cold coffee kind of person, but yeah, yeah. Cool mushrooms make coffee. Gonzo's carrying his large Sabenza. Nice. No coffee, Gonzo. You a Red Bull kind of guy or something? Yeah, Nick. It really is. Yeah, it's the simple things in life that make us happy. So yeah, some of my happiest moments in life were sitting on a creek bank or something, doing nothing, taking a little break from life. Which when you skydive full time, a 10 or 15 minute break by the creek is a great way to decompress. And before Jason's carrying a Case Mini Trapper, Case Saudi, Junior, both yellow Delrin, Leatherman Wingman, Gerber utility knife, Maxwell House breakfast blend. Nice, nice, nice. Thanks for sharing with us, Jason. I really do enjoy like the pocket dumps, not just here, but like on all the other channels and stuff. It's always interesting to see what other people are carrying. Some similarities, but the range is different. Then you're talking to people and you think you kind of understand them a little bit. Then you're like, no, no, I never saw you carrying that. The stock, it's pretty damn good. Cops pocket drop. Oops, pocket drop. Oh, Todd, you got to take off, my man. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm up the creek without a paddle. And the best part is, at least if you're on a creek without a paddle, the creek's still going to take you somewhere. So sometimes it feels like sitting in some swamp water down in Florida, some mucky little pond. I'd rather be on a creek. How's the Scout LT? The Scout LT's working out great, man. The LT2, it's been way cold to shoot it too much. But I'll sneak out in the back in the driveway or something with like 20 shots in my pocket and plink off a few. But yeah, Nick, yeah, that's the other perk to it is yeah, you get to see what's new, what's out there. Um, and it's genuine because these guys are hobbyists and they're doing more than dropping it in their pocket. So yeah, they're actually yeah, it's good hearing from people that carry stuff like EDC it and actually EDC it. No thunderstorms for me. Is there any other gear I carry daily? On myself, no, not really. My keys, my watch. That's about it. That's all I really. I mean, I don't know. I carry a backpack all the time, and that I have like a rain jacket, a small like a thin insulating layer. That's usually where I put my fixed blade knives and my saw. Yeah, Donald, this is just it's a I think it's a Samsung Galaxy 3 or something. I want to go back to a regular watch though because the concept of throwing a watch on a charger every few days just kind of annoying. I'd like to. I used to wear like a Citizen Dive Master, but then I didn't wear a watch for like 20 years. I wore an altimeter most of the time. Um, yeah, the LT Master 2 or LT Master 3. Oh, the Fitbit lasts longer. Yeah, this watch is a few years old. It used to last longer. But yeah, Nick, that's a better way to put it instead of pocket dump, like what's everybody carrying or what's everybody into for the day. Yeah, because there's a lot way beyond the pockets. Like, I mean, I guess in a way, if it's EDC, because some people, I don't know, like what I carry on my bike, like the saddlebag here. I've got two backup tubes and a patch kit, and then the bottom canister here. I carry all my tire levers and tools, multi wrench for the bike and all that stuff. But it's always on my bike, and oh, believe it or not, this is like I probably got like 800 or 900 bucks. Just yeah, just from my seat post up is like $800 or $900. um, yeah, so buy once, cry once, but it's kind of had its days. This is like the fourth saddle I had on that bike over like a 10-year time frame. A couple different ones, but the Cell Italia Flight Titanium is the bomb diggity. But yeah, that's this thing. Yeah, it's uncomfortable now. I need a new saddle. I need a whole new bike. What am I talking about? But yeah, for anybody that's into cycling or bicycle saddles, yeah, the Celitalia Flight Titanium on a Easton carbon fiber seat post. One of the perks to the carbon fiber is it'll flex a little bit. It'll flex some, so it adds a little shock absorption on the road, along with the saddle will compress as well. So it takes out the road vibration and everything. But good stuff. There might be there's a couple shorts that has my full bike in it, but Al, I don't carry any of that stuff, mace or pepper spray, so I don't really know too much about it. You just get yourself a big old can of bear spray and hose them down. Yeah, sorry, my man. I don't really have any information on that. All right, Todd, thanks for hanging out. Have an awesome day, man. Be safe out there on the road. All sorts of crazy automobile drivers out there. Yeah, Dakota. I mean, yeah, carry a lot. It's what you use every day. Or, sometimes you don't use it. You just like to carry it. I've had stuff like that. Um, Depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. Oh yeah, Nick. I've been into bikes my entire life. Like the average American realized freedom when they turned 16 and got their driver's license, which is cool. That's the average. But I realized freedom when my dad took my training wheels off. I was gone. Yeah, I cycled everywhere, all over the place. When I was in high school, I got on a casual part-time racing team. Nalt's House of Wheels. It's a cycling shop in Manchester, New Hampshire. But I used to ride with them. We had like training rides on like Mondays and Wednesdays, and go out on Saturdays and stuff. But yeah, Rock Shocks are the bomb diggity, man. They're the one that they changed the game forever for sure. Yeah, Donnie, I totally see you as a with a skateboard. Yeah, skateboards or BMX. Yeah, I could see you doing that for sure. You definitely yeah, yeah, no questions there. But guys, if you could smash the like button. I mean, there's 64 people in the chat, 21 likes. So if you could help us out with that, I'd greatly appreciate it. Oh, you did? Yeah, I met Tony Hawk, the super skater there. I believe it or not, yeah, skateboarding wasn't my thing. I just never got into it. I just like cycling so much, or biking. Oh yeah, Donnie. Yeah, I'm half a cripple, but it wasn't from cycling or anything. It's from jumping out of airplanes. Yeah, how many? I know some of you guys are, we're all in. Most of us are in our 40s and our 50s, from what I gather. There's some youngins out there, but how many people back in the day had one of their elders, an older uncle or grandfather or something like that, tell you, "Hey, take it easy. You're gonna feel this when you get older. Not slow it down, tone it down a notch." And you're like, "Yeah, whatever." And now we're here, and we're like, "Yeah, shoulda listened, shoulda, coulda, woulda." Yeah, Nick, I think I was about in that age group when I started riding like 10 speeds and 12 speeds. And like when I got into high school, I got into mountain biking as well. So I had a mountain bike. In fact, back then, Nick, I'm not sure how into Cannondales you were, but back then I had a Cannondale Gold. Was my first like super bike, and yeah, yeah, Nick, I've literally treated my body like a roller coaster, and sometimes I played test dummy, and I do what we call a ground density test, which is how hard can you hit the ground? Can the ground take what I pound at it? And yeah, it can, and I lost that game. In fact, one of them got me a med flight from Pepperell, Mass, to Boston General Hospital. Yeah, anything on two wheels is for me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're 44. Yeah, so it's gonna start kicking in. Yeah, the more stupid stuff we did when we're younger, the more we feel it when we're older. But man, I didn't think the cold weather now whoops me. Like I've got a titanium rod in my left femur, and I've got plates and screws and stuff in my pelvis, and my tib fib and my left foot, all from ground density tests. And yeah, when it gets cold, I can tell when it gets cold, damp, and it's about to rain. I can predict it better than the weatherman. Yeah, the problem with some of the bikes back then is they were putting the shifters on the down tubes. On a lot of bikes, it became trendy. It's a casual thing to, I don't know, I never dug it. But when you get out of the saddle and you start climbing or doing some aggressive riding, your knees would hit the levers and it'd shift like two, three, four gears, and then you're trying to climb a hill and then it locks up. And that was back with toe clips, the old strap-in pedal deals. And yeah, you just end up, going from falling right over. Yeah, cheap bikes are not good. In fact, a lot of the cheap bikes that they sell nowadays, because people are like, "Oh, dude, why don't you buy like a $300 or $400 bike?" Because they're designed to fail. Like all those bikes that they sell at like Walmart and the big box stores and everything, you can't get parts for them unless you know somebody has another broken bike. Then you can get those parts. But there's no interchangeability. Everything's Yeah, Steven, all those knives are sold on QVC for about $2 a piece. Well, thanks for showing everybody what an idiot you are and the fact that you have no clue what you're talking about. If all these knives, show me the link, my man. Yeah, you show me where you can get Johnny P. Hell yeah, man, I'll hook you up. Yeah, Steven, but everybody in here knows what they're talking about and they know that you're an idiot. So, yeah, that kind of backfired on you, you moron. Good or bear, good Sunday morning. It's turning into a fun one. We're just gonna roast trolls and how stupid they are. Skeeter, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up, my man. How are you doing this fine morning? Oh, you're welcome out. Yeah, if you want to drop links or do whatever, my man, knock yourself out. And that goes for all the other guys because I'm not. Everybody knows I'm a tech tard. So I've figured out how to give wrenches. So if you guys want links for, like if you've got some product thing going on or you want to promote your channel as well, by all means do so. Um, oh, LC, what are you riding these days, man? Oh, did you end up pulling the trigger on that the tier 1 BC? The bush you saw. Jason, no, there's nobody that'll weld it. Because it's a, I don't know why. Everybody just says, "Oh, liability," if it weren't to hold up or something. And I'm like, "Well, thanks for telling me you suck at your job." I didn't say that, but like it doesn't seem that impossible. I mean, it is. It has other issues now too, like the standard fork length. I can't remember what it is, but hypothetically, it's either like 100 millimeter of travel or 120 millimeter of travel. And Cannondale made this one at 110 millimeters. So the rock shocks that came with it were the standard and the only ones you could really put on it. And I can't find those anywhere. I can't even find a rebuild kit for the shocks. So I'd either have to put like a standard fork or a custom fork on it or something. But I want to retire this bike because it has like it's run its paces more than I can it served its purpose. I got more than its value out of it, and I really do need a new bike, and I want something that something I can definitely travel with. So I'm just gonna do a rebuild of what I've got, but less money. I think I don't know what I've got tied up into this thing anymore. I mean, what I spent on it and what it's worth are two totally different things. But it started off. It's just a Cannondale F5 frame I picked up. I think it was like $600 or $700, and then rode it until something broke, and then put some quality parts back on it. Yeah, Elsie, I've got your email. I'll we can work on some of the details of that for sure. But yeah, I brought it to several bike shops, and I got kicked out of the last one because they refused to work on my bike, and I'm like, all right, we'll see you later. They're like, well, bring it someplace else. I'm like, all right, well, I will, along with the rest of my business, you morons. Yeah, Nick, I'm working on it. Yeah, the problem is making some money. Like I spent all summer 2024. I went out from yeah, it was end of May, June. I was supposed to be biking to Atlanta, Georgia, and I just couldn't put the money together, and my bike wasn't going to make it. Definitely had some serious issues going on, and I spent from that time all the way up until October looking for a job, and I'm just appalled by everything. Like I don't know what the deal is, but I'm not being a snob about it. I applied for everything, even like walking places. If I saw somebody like painting, I'd be like, "Hey, you need another painter or something?" And then the big moment hit where I'm like, "All right, I'm kind of sick of what's going on in this country." Because I asked a roofing company about some work, and they were definitely looking for workers, but I didn't speak any Spanish. So I wasn't going to work out for them because their entire crew spoke Spanish. And I'm like, okay, sick of this shit. Like, I never thought in a million years in the United States I'd be denied a job because I didn't speak Spanish. But um, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Dakota, I definitely like leather stuff. It has its place and everything. Yeah, I enjoy leather sheaths and stuff like that. This is my Phobos knife sheath setup. Um, yeah, shoot me an email or something. See if we can work something out. Yeah, Jason, you're totally right. That was beyond. That wasn't disappointing. Like I didn't get the job. That was disappointing. Like what's going on here that I don't speak Spanish, and that was the disqualifying factor. Nicer life. You're out of here. All right. Thanks for hanging out, man. We appreciate you being here. If you didn't, smash the like button on your way out. And hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. If not, I'll see you in another one of the live chats. I'm always running into you in a good way. It's always a good thing. Yeah, I think that the social structure of like the knife community, the slingshot community, the outdoor guys, that's kind of that's been my crutch for the past couple of years. So I definitely appreciate all of you, no matter where you come from. I definitely appreciate you. Even if you speak Spanish, I still appreciate you. Yeah, Dakota. Yeah. And I've gotten, that damn thing like you thought it would never. Like, I'm overqualified. Get out of here. Come on. Am I over? I'm not overqualified. I'm not too good for any job. I'll do anything. But it's wonky here in New Hampshire. I think New Hampshire's gone the way of California. And for me, it was culture shock because I hadn't been here in like 25 years. And I came back and I'm like, wow, this place sucks now. Um, the blue people done destroyed it or something. Well, I'm not supposed to be talking about that, but politics. It is what it is. Like there's camping spots I used to go to all the time back in high school. A bunch of my friends and everything, not far from where I live. And when I was setting up the channel and everything, I thought that was going to be like I'll go there and go camping like we used to. But yeah, it's all been destroyed, overrun by the homeless community, and you don't want to set up anything there because who knows if you're going to roll over on a needle or something. I don't need that kind of headache, but yeah, it's changed a lot. New Hampshire, the whole live free or die thing, I think they forgot about that. and they're just I don't know what's going on here. It's wonky crazy for sure. But yeah, it's 9 o'clock, so yeah, we got plenty of time. LC, are you in New Hampshire? Yeah, I mean, I stood up for 9 hours and 40 minutes Friday night doing a live chat. So yeah, I'm used to standing. It's the sitting thing I'm not used to. Well, unless I'm sitting on a bicycle seat, then yeah, I'll sit down 12 hours a day, but on a bicycle seat. Yeah, Dakota. I mean, that's a great way to learn. Um, I don't know. I started learning as a kid, like family and friends and stuff, and then I went in the Civil Air Patrol when I was in the in the seventh grade. Is when I started Civil Air Patrol. So they got into search and rescue and how to survive if you get lost from the crew and all that other stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, you learn some tricks in the army and stuff. But yeah, I started learning young, so yeah. But one of the best ways is go out. Yeah, test your gear, trial and error. Know your gear. Yeah, I'll see. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, hopefully they start getting rid of all the ridiculous hiring requirements and start hiring people based off of merit again. That would be a huge help. Oh, Dakota, you did the SEER training? Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. My grandfather did that. Um, yeah, exactly, Greg. Yeah, we were always outside anyhow back, especially when I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So being outdoors was just a thing to do. And if you were really desperate for water, there was a garden hose somewhere. Yeah, yeah, Nick, I'm with you. I'd like to do a SEER class and stuff as well. Oh, yeah, yeah, Kung Fu Fighter, welcome to the crowd. Yeah, we was talking about that earlier. Yeah. Yeah, all like when we were younger, especially when I was younger, because I was stupid younger. I was rock climbing and jumping mountain bikes and just doing all sorts of stupid. And yeah, my grandfather would always tell me, slow it down. You're gonna feel that when you get older. And yeah, I didn't slow down until 2020. I was forced to. It wasn't by choice. If it wasn't for 2020, I'd still probably doing 10 jumps a day. And oh yeah, they'd lose it, Greg. They would absolutely lose it. They need their designer water, their $4 smart water and stuff like that. Otherwise, they're not going to make it. I told one of the kids, they like, there's no bottled water. I'd be like, well, just grab a glass. There's tap water, and they looked at me like I had two heads. They won't even drink tap water. Forget about a hose. Yeah, bless. I totally would still drink. I've filled up my water bottles while biking. I've gone by somebody got water in their lawn, and I'll be like, hey, do you mind filling this up? And they're usually cool about it. Yeah, Dakota, I think we all grew up. But yeah, nowadays they won't even touch the tap water. Yeah, they look at you like you're stupid for saying tap water. Like, who drinks tap water? What's wrong with you? That's poison. But what about all the microplastics in bottled water? Either way, you lose unless you're filtering the bottled water as well. Yeah, yeah. When the street lights came on, you had to be home, and um, yeah, my dad did that. I wasn't sure, I'd say, oh, I didn't know what time it was, so it'd make me get a watch. And there's literally one time I was hanging out at the park with some friends playing football, and I realized the time, so I broke my watch, like smacked it on a rock. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know my watch broke. And my father called my bluff because the next day he had like another one. That's when anybody remember Swatch watches? They're like 20 bucks for a watch. And then like $50 in accessories because you would change out all the little band stuff. Yeah, Brian, and yeah, that's the yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, they won't drink the tap water, but they brush their teeth with it and shower in it, and they can't. It doesn't make any sense. Rolex watches and colorful swatches. Yeah, yeah, totally, Donnie. Yeah, I'm with you on that. If you could drink the tap water in Florida, you can survive anything. Yeah, I've drinking plenty of tap water in Florida. The thing that sucks about drinking tap water in Florida though is it's always warm because that like up in New England the ground freezes, you get like the winter frost and everything, so they have to bury the pipes a few feet down, which keeps them cool in the summer because it's buried a few feet down to avoid the frost line and everything. But down in Florida, they don't have that problem. So sometimes the water lines are only a few inches. And so the water, you can run the cold water for like 10 minutes and it's still warm. So just for the water to be cold, you got to throw it in the fridge. That's the only problem I ever had with Florida water. And I was in Punta Gorda and there was actually sulfur in the water. So we didn't drink that water. And every time you turn the water on, it would stink like rotten eggs. Adam still uses swatches if I can. They're still out there. I think I saw a commercial for them not too long ago on the Swatch watches. They're still out there. People are still digging them. It's still a thing. So, but yeah, that was definitely what late '80s, early '90s when that became the Swatch watch was the big thing. Right. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. So, anybody else have any changes in their EDC or whoops? Yeah, I'm not even flicking the knife right this morning. We'll get there eventually, though. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, well water is great. I like those natural springs that come up there. Um, the naturally occurring springs you find them in like they've got a lot of them up in the White Mountains and stuff like that. Uh, Definitely a cool thing. Yeah, I think natural spring water is one of the best, or even good filtered water. I enjoy like one of the things I like about being outdoors is having like good filtered clean water. Nick, I don't collect multi tools. I just have what I use. I currently only have the Leatherman Surge. I do have one other multi tool, but it's broken. I think that's the only reason why I haven't given it away is because I there's a little tab in here um where this hole is right here. There's a tab that used to go and hold the locks in place, and that broke off. But I had it for like over 10 years, and I used it. Um, I use this thing almost every day in the rigging loft, so still looks great. So kudos to Sog for making a good tool, but it did break eventually. Yeah, but yeah, I have this one that's partially. I mean, the pliers still work and everything, so maybe that's why I still have it. And then I have my Leatherman Surge, but I do plan on getting a Leatherman Wave for like regular EDC. But I don't really collect anything. No, I don't. I don't collect anything because I just yeah, Dakota. I'm not sure. I'd have to find the piece. I don't think I have it anymore. But it's not just a pin. It's like it was like a little rectangular plate that had a bunch of little teeth on it that would hold the locks in place, like little tension lever springs or something. Oh, an old bike multi tool. Yeah, I'd be totally down with that. As a collector piece, yeah. In fact, I don't even think I have um a bike multi tool at the moment, but it's called Power. Is that who makes that? Nick. Yeah, in fact, I've got to come up with some money to get another PO box. I had a PO box and it expired, so I just didn't renew it because it ended up not getting used. I was trying to do that Sabenza giveaway, and yeah, that was one of those awkward moments on YouTube where you're kind of out of your league. Yeah, I inactively collect Zippos, but that's all really. Yeah, I don't think I don't really I have stuff, but I don't set out to have a collection or something. Which is kind of weird, but um and yeah, one of the things like I was saying, I used to ride my mountain bike from New York to Florida every season with the season. So every 6 months I would pack up everything and move to the winter job or pack up everything and move to the summer job. So I got used to living a very minimalist lifestyle. Um, yeah, I'd like to check it out, Nick, for sure. But yeah, so I guess I got in the habit of not owning anything. And when it was time to, pack up and head to Florida, I'd be like, oh, I don't need this here. You need that, have that, or, I'm either going to throw it away or somebody's going to take it. So I played the shipping game for a while. I would ship a bunch of stuff back and forth, but you start every time, $800,000 in shipping costs for stuff that you just didn't use, and then spent another 800 or $1,000 to ship it back up. It just wasn't worth it. Weldon Carey, what's happening, my man? Everybody say hello to Weldon Carey, the man with the prettiest hands on YouTube. If you're gonna do tabletop, you want to be Weldon Carey. Yeah, Weldon Carey, how you doing, man? Um, yeah, we kind of did. I think we're changing it from pocket dump to what kind of cool stuff are you carrying today? Yeah, Weldon Carey's got a great channel. If anybody wants to check it out, I mean, yeah, Hunter, if you want to drop your link, by all means, you know the deal here. And that goes for anybody. Bless Knives, Donnie, if you want to drop your link, anybody that's got channels, or if you want to share your friend's channel or something. Yeah, there you go. We're all just one big happy family here. Speaking of which, Grumpy Grunts live is coming up at 9:30. That's usually when we wrap it up here. But like to give a shout out to Grumpy Grunt, one of the coolest crayon eaters on YouTube. Gotta love that man. Yeah, so Weldon Carrier's carrying a PM3 and a drop bear today. Sweet. No, no, you're only carrying that Leatherman wave for work, or? Yeah, I have my little flickity's a little bit off today. It's Sunday. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. I think I need to maybe start getting up a little earlier, and well, I get up early, maybe start having a cup of coffee and then start my live. Yeah, only for welding class. That's cool, man. Yeah, I was just curious. I know you're excited. You got it for your birthday, right? So, but yeah, I've done that. There's some stuff I would carry. Yeah, I don't know, switch it up a little bit, but depends on what I'm doing for the day. So, any winners this week? I know there's a lot of live chats Friday and Saturday night, last night or whatever. A lot of giveaways and everything. Was it Legion Steel had a huge giveaway last night, right? Yeah, Nick, I think we all wish we could say we're carrying a blessed knife. He's doing some awesome work. I'm into it. Subway for breakfast, Craig. That's awesome. Cold Subway, cold pizza. It's all the same game, right? Yeah, guys, definitely. If you haven't seen Blessed Knives, I strongly encourage you to do so. I don't know what his weight is or anything. Yeah, Donnie, how are you doing on that? Like, what's your wait time and stuff? Yeah, Dakota, I think everybody carried Gerber at some point in the army. Yeah, because you could go down to the PX and get or clothing and sales and or whatever and get a Gerber Gator for what, like $30, $35 back in the day. I'm talking mid 90s. Nice, nice, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, guys, check your subscriptions too. Like whoever you're subscribing to, because we all know that YouTube's favorite game is to play sub the scrub. Like it's crazy the way they do that. Like yeah, you can pick up 100 subscribers on a live chat, and then if you as you're reading through your analytics or something, all of a sudden, like within 1 minute, 20 people will unsubscribe from you, which is just completely unrealistic. It's just YouTube saying, "Nah, nah, you're doing good. We're gonna take a little away from you." Just another kick in the junk while you're down. Yeah, yeah, Dakota. That's what I remembered it to be. I also a cool little piggyback stack I used to do back in the day was either the Gerber LMF or the Gerber BMF had that little strap on the front of the sheath. So I'd either put the multi tool. I had both at one point, the LMF and the BMF, and one had the multi tool and the other one had a Gerber Gator on it. And we're talking, yeah, like early mid 90s. I was like 18, 20 years old. I was doing that stuff. There you go. Thanks for subscribing, Jason. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. Donnie's got some awesome stuff, and the more I see it, the more I'm like, not nothing a million views won't solve, though, right? So, oh, Jax, thanks for subscribing as well, man. We definitely appreciate you. Everybody, say hello to Jax. Today's carry very light: a ZT 0055 plain Jane and a TCal Agent 001 Weatherman Free P4, and that's it. That's nice. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it depends on the pants you're wearing too. Some pants stay up better than others. I've found that out. Like, yeah, I got to take a little weight off of these. Kelly Weaver, how are you? Welcome back to the chat. We always appreciate you here. Kelly Weaver is one of the longest going subscribers to this channel. We definitely appreciate you. Oh, Dakota, thanks, man. We appreciate it. Yeah, eventually, yeah. I think the thing going with this channel is it's got to go from like tabletop to mountaintop. Like I've got to get a microphone and stuff and get this going outdoors because I'd rather be outdoors. I'm still gonna do. I might still do this though. Friday nights for sure and Sunday mornings. But once I get a microphone and some lights and I can set up something better, I'll definitely go that route. Bubbles definitely look into flagging. So that depending on where you are. Yeah, I don't. I think they pay them more in New Hampshire. I'm not sure. Um, I know New Hampshire's pretty expensive, so a lot of the rates are up there. Yeah, Nick, church carry you tend to go light, but you never know nowadays, man. I mean, you might want to stick a subcompact wheel gun or something in your pocket. I used to like carrying the Taurus M85. That was nice and light and yeah. So how's that? Yeah, so flagging that's kind of like just being a ground guide, right? Where you're just yeah. I know what I'm talking about almost. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Um, yeah, I know things are a little bit different up here in New Hampshire. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's got to be a rough job in Florida, though. I mean, not too bad this time of year, but in the summer, that's you've got to roast. Yeah, Dakota carries a Taurus GT G2C. Nice. Yeah, I kind of want to get into the pew pews on but man, YouTube is so strict about that stuff. Like, yeah, we've seen a couple people they get their live shut down and stuff. So, but yeah, it's kind of a crazy game to play on YouTube. How we doing on time? 9:21. Yeah, Elsie, you just carry that in a backpack or something, right? Or do you hip carry it? That seems a little bit tricky. I mean, there's always a way. Kapow, yeah. So hopefully this week, I think I might just use my old camping pot because I've still, yeah, I might just use this thing because it's old and beat and I don't use it. I replaced it with a jet boil, the jet boil micromo or something. But I've still got that Alaris project going on. Just gonna dye the scales. So I've still got this one going on. Hopefully get a video up on it this week. I was hoping to get it done this week, this last week, but I couldn't find a pot anywhere, and I was debating on whether I should go buy one. Because I don't want to use the Good Kitchen stuff. We got a nice stainless steel pot set, pots and pans and all that. Yeah, yeah, this will get Bigfoot off. Yeah, might actually get him running too. But yeah, so I still got this project going on, so I might just use my old camping pot. I don't really have any other intentions for it, so um, and then the lighting for the like lighting's a huge issue. Like I've tried doing a couple of videos, and the lighting is just it's horrid. um, so yeah, if you're gonna do indoor YouTube stuff, I would recommend lights. But I had always originally intended on just doing outdoor things. I never intended on doing any of the YouTube stuff indoors. It's just kind of worked out that way. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's quite the deterrent. That'll be a de-escalator. Yeah, a dude's got a machete. I'm probably not going to mess with him. And it's not like, yeah, yeah. If you're just randomly carrying a machete and it comes down to that, yeah, I'm going the other way. I've seen some of those fights on the internet. People getting into fights with machetes. All that is not good. Like somebody's arms hanging off, and wow. Yeah, Dakota. When you're right, you're right. Yeah. Where was that? I think that yeah, the old Indiana Jones, where the guy comes out swinging a sword like a ninja, and then Indiana's just like pow pow. But yeah, what's the gap? Isn't it something like 21 feet? Like a person can close a 21-foot gap in the amount of time it takes to draw a pew pew. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, that's the thing. 21 feet. So yeah, if they're only 10 feet away, yeah, not doing good. LPs, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. LP, how's your channel doing, man? I know you've been working on your channel. Try to catch some videos, but it's tough. I'm sure everybody here can relate. There's so many good channels out there to watch. It's hard to catch up with all of them. So yeah, yeah, Kelly, you're right. I mean, that's why maybe carry both. That could be the problem solver. There is carrying both. Um, I know a lot of people do. But yeah, I used to carry a pew pew and a fixed blade of some type every day as well as a folder. Yeah, Nick, that's the average. That's the statistic. Like if you can research that. Like usually people can close a 21-foot gap, which really isn't all it's not that much. But it's greater than the size of any room, average room. So, but yeah, that's the rough statistic on what it takes. Yeah, somebody can close a 21-foot gap in the time it takes somebody to draw. They even teach that to law enforcement. I think that's where I first heard it. I used to be friends with well, he was a customer of mine, the New Hampshire State Chief of Police. And he gave me some awesome information. His name's Dave Goldstein, but he was the New Hampshire State Chief of Police, and he was also a recreational skydiver and a customer of mine. And yeah, he gave me all kinds of very useful information. Not just in that stuff, but when it comes to law enforcement and things like that. No, I shoot a short draw usually. Well, not usually, but so far, I might work my way into long draw with the slingshot, but I'm just having fun with it. I'm not taking it too seriously at all. I'm not going down that road, so I'm just having fun with it. But yeah, I enjoy the Scout LT2. These are the clay bands on it right now. That's why they're kind of thin. Maybe it looks longer than what it is. But this shoe, I could tune them up a little bit, maybe trim them down, but I just don't care about gaining 20 FPS on some clay or something. I'm just like I said, um, it's kind of how I blow off some steam lately. I just go out back and pocket full of clay and just plink away until it's gone. Yeah, the green is cool. They also have like that grip tape, like on a like for skateboard decks or something like that. They've got custom cut grip set that you can stick on here. It's supposed to be pretty good. But they've been out of stock since for like I think since before Christmas. So I'm just waiting for them to come in stock. I'm gonna get one of those grip things and but yeah, so it's 9:28. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Grumpy Grunt should be starting his live at 9:30, and that's usually where we head over to. Yeah, Donnie, same stuff. But yeah, just cut for the frame instead of the different frame. Instead of a pew pew frame, it's a slingshot frame. So yeah, it was fun hanging out with everybody. I'm enjoying these little coffee chats on Sunday mornings. Making a little progress here and there, so I can't complain. But yeah, thanks to everybody for showing up. I'll probably do a random live or two this week. I'm trying to get back or try that out, see how it goes. Um, so yeah, well, I'll probably do a random pop up live or two this week. But if I don't, it'll be Friday night at 8 p.m. And those have been running a long time. So this I think this week's was like 9 hours or something. 9 hours and 47 minutes we went. So we'll keep that up for sure. And yeah, I've got to figure out how to do some lighting and some long format videos, but we'll definitely be we're in the game. So that's the important part. But yeah, we'll see everybody later on this week. I'm sure I'll run into most of you and probably in Grumpy's live chat coming up next or somebody else's. But thanks for being here. I definitely appreciate all of you. And look forward to building this channel and building the relationships with the community. So everybody, have an awesome day. Be well, and we will definitely see you soon.